F-84F Thunderstreak, which is a single-engine, single-seat fighter-bomber aircraft. It was a jet aircraft that replaced a propeller-driven P-47 in the Air Force inventory. The first full production F-84 was flown on November 27, 1952, exactly 58 years ago. The United States Air Force started receiving their first full shipment of the aircraft in 1954. By this time, the Korean War was over, but the Cold War was in full swing. The F-84 was equipped with the low-altitude bombing system for delivering nuclear bombs, and many of these aircraft were stationed in England to spearhead NATO's atomic retaliation against any aggressor. Deterrence was the name of the game back then, and the Thunderstreak carried enough power to be a viable threat to our enemies. There were just over 2,700 F-84s that were produced, nearly half of which were sold to our NATO allies. The F-84 was phased out of the active duty inventory by 1964, and its final flight was with the Air National Guard in 1971. The aircraft in the park is painted with the color scheme that's used by the Air Force Thunderbirds. The F-84 is the second type of aircraft that the Thunderbirds flew, but it was the first one that incorporated the use of smoke, which added a whole new dimension to the air show and is still in use today. The Thunderbirds flew the F-84 from 1955 to 1956. Nellis Air Force Base gave this aircraft to the Indian Springs in 1976 on behalf of the Thunderbirds and on our nation's bicentennial celebration. The Thunderbirds have routinely conducted flying training from the Indian Springs Auxiliary Field, now Creech Air Force Base, since the mid-1950s. Although this specific aircraft was not part of the Thunderbird fleet, it represents the appreciation that the Thunderbirds have for the continuous support that they have received from the town of Indian Springs. And let me say that the Air Force still appreciates all the support we receive from your outstanding citizens. Protecting our nation is not an easy job, but your continued support allows us to fly and fight for freedom across the globe. I'd like to close this morning by inviting all of you to the Nellis Air Force Base this weekend for our annual air show. You'll be able to see the Thunderbirds fly their final show for the 2010 season. Although the aircraft has advanced quite a bit from the Thunderstreak that you have here, their mission to represent the pride and professionalism of airmen stationed around the world has not. In addition to the Thunderbird demonstration, there will be many other aerial performances as well as static displays, including the aircraft that you normally see her flying on a daily basis, the MQ-1 Predator. We are even scheduled to have a display set up with a live feed from a Predator flying over Nellis Air Force Base. You'll have the opportunity to see firsthand the capabilities of the 21st century technology flying out of Creech Air Force Base. As the aircraft flying over the skies of Indian Springs have progressed from the Thunderstreak to the Predator, one thing that has not changed is the outstanding support that you provide to Creech Air Force Base and the United States Air Force. I'm pleased to see the symbol of this relationship given new life, and I hope that you take pride in this beautiful aircraft for years to come. Thank you.